Our second recipient, it gives me great pleasure to call upon a man who is loved not only in Cape Town, but all over our beloved country, as well as many parts of the world, for the manner in which he imparts Islamic education and the wisdom in the deen of Islam to people, whether you are within the house of Islam or whether you are not within the house of Islam. To introduce our second recipient, it gives me great pleasure to call upon Sheikh Saadullah Khan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the peace, the mercy and the blessings of the Almighty be upon each and everyone present here on this auspicious occasion. And I begin with a question. How does one honor someone who not honestly only reported, but also honorably reflected the noble struggle against apartheid in these darkest days? One who served as the founder chairperson of the Cape Town chapter of the Union of Black Journalists and executive member of the Media Association of South Africa, editorial committee member of the Hospital Welfare and Muslim Education Movement, foundation management committee member of the Imam Abdullah Haroon Education Trust, anchor of Radio 786, the long-running morning drive time program, executive member of the Thornhill Residents Association, once chairperson of the Masjidul Quds Parent-Teacher Association. How does one honor one who coached many people like Rafiq Ruhan, Anis Ali, Adil Bredlow, Aisha Ali, and many others, and who himself was coached by the legendary James Matthews, one who was among the earliest journalists to analyze the phenomena of the broader struggle in our country beyond the narrow narrative of black and white, one who was at the cutting edge of groundbreaking media projects with a view to creating greater understanding of faith traditions by co-editing, for example, the South African Outlook, a monthly publication that was concerned with an ecumenical approach to the issues that face the community. One under whose editorship Muslim News not only raised global issues and concerns pertaining to the Muslim community, but also courageously tackled issues locally, issues that related directly to oppression, to injustice and exploitation, attempting to remind Muslims in particular, like the first editor, Imam Abdullah Haroon, did, that out of the concern and welfare of those who are around us, the destiny of people of faith are intertwined with the well-being of the rest of the oppressed. I had the pleasure of serving with him as co-editor of Muslim News. I held on to his post as editor when Muslim News transformed to Muslim Views, and also served with him as a member of the board at Muslim Views. And of course, we were together involved in the founding of the Islamic College of Southern Africa at Masjidul Quds in 1990. I therefore thank Masjidul Quds for affording me the privilege, as I'm indeed tremendously honored, to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to a faithful comrade, a genuine brother, a selfless friend, a man of substance whose pen served as an echo of conscience, a magnificent human being, and of course, an outstanding journalist, Brother Farid Sayed. Thank you, sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good evening to you all. To our honored guest, Member of Parliament, Mr. Pravin Gordhan, and all the members of Parliament who are here, our ulama, and my fellow awardees. It is indeed an honor. I just heard the citation for Moulana Ali Adam, and I wonder how do I fit in that particular category. But indeed, to the Imamate of Masjidul Quds, the Board of Trust and the committee, my heartfelt appreciation and thanks for this honor which I'll deeply cherish. I truly feel overwhelmed, and I think it gives us and those who have passed as journalists an impetus to continue the work that we do. And I speak particularly here from the perspective of community journalists. Community media in this country has, for years, even during the time of apartheid, been under siege. But being a lifetime award, I would just like to mention a few people in the few minutes that we have that I would like to share this award with. And today being National Women's Day, I think it is appropriate that I start off with 3 women in my life who have contributed so much. First, my late mother, someone who taught us the values of love and compassion. May Allah grant her the highest place in Jannah. And then my sister, who is here tonight, she's not one who attends social functions as such, but I'm honored by her presence. Me being the last of 7 siblings, she being the only sister, I was quite a handful for her. And my mother, of course, widowed for 42 years, and my sister really played an important role in my life. And then, of course, to my wife, and my soulmate and companion for the past 35 years. Someone who went through the challenges that we faced, particularly at the establishment of Muslim Views, I beg your pardon, where we actually operated from a bedroom. And it was really a struggle, but a struggle that we survived. And I, of course, don't want to forget my other siblings, my brothers, who have also been very supportive. Sheikh Saadullah mentioned Mr. James Matthews, my mentor, my guide. He was not only my journalism mentor, but he was also, in a sense, my political mentor. He mentioned the Thornhill Residents Association, and I'm deeply honored that sharing the evening with me is Auntie Farida Omar, because the late Uncle Dalla Omar was also a political mentor, and as a member of the Thornhill Residents Association, and in other interactions, he once told me that as Muslim News, we had more, the publications that were banned, you always used to joke that we kept him busy writing to the Publications Control Board, appealing those banning orders, which didn't mean much really, but he was always by our side. So I would like to honor the late Dalla Omar today. And I would like to make a special mention of my colleagues, the Board of Muslim Views. First of all, Mr. Sharif Hassan, who has steered the ship through stormy waters, my colleague, Mahmoud Sangle, Mr. Shahabuddin Romani, Dr. Ilyas Parker, and of course my dear friend, Sheikh Saadullah Khan. And finally, I want to share this award, as I said at the outset, with community media. And I think it's a very important recognition that Masjidul Quds has done, not for me, but I think for community media. Community media was very vibrant during the years of apartheid. As Sheikh Saadullah mentioned, there were numerous others. Grassroots, for example, in the Western Cape. Samstan in Oudtshoorn. Newspapers that fell by the wayside. We, in fact, had the minister, the current Minister of Economic Development, Mr. Ibrahim Patel, who edited the Logria News, and the kind of role it played in really uplifting the community and really speaking for the community, being a voice of the community. So my appeal here today to you as guests, and I thank you for being here present to honor us, my appeal to you is support for the community media and a call on government agencies to play a transformative role, to play their role. If they are serious about media transformation, then community media is where our future lies, in uplifting communities and in conscientizing communities. Once again, my thanks to Masjidul Quds, the committee, the imamate, and the trustees. Deeply appreciated, and it's an award that I'll certainly cherish.